Welcome to the Morning Download Podcast, your go-to resource for personal finance, economics, and market insights. In just 8 minutes a day, we provide valuable information to help you make better money decisions. Don't forget to sign up for our free newsletter at https:/www.morningdownload.com. Subscribe. Let's dive right in. In today's episode, we'll cover investors focusing on the Fed meeting, December being good for stocks, U.S. economy trends, Tesla's Cybertruck delay, PayPal, Venmo taxes, OPEC plus countries agreeing to cut oil production, cooling off inflation, dropping mortgage rates, global news on Alibaba, British banks, PwC, and Dr. Martens, the more expensive than expected Tesla Cybertruck IOTA Foundation being registered in Abu Dhabi, Binance facing access block, the potential boost to Bitcoin from BlackRock approval, Ronaldo being sued for NFT endorsement, lower income thresholds for tax reporting on P2P payment apps and e-commerce platforms, and Warren Buffett's favorite holding period for investments being forever.
Now here's a fun fact for you. Historically, December has proven to be the best month to own stocks in terms of frequency of growth. So keep an eye on the market as we approach the end of the year. Oil prices are expected to go up, as several OPEC countries have agreed to voluntarily cut oil production by 2 million barrels per day in the first quarter of 2024. This reduction could potentially have an impact on global prices, which have remained flat despite the ongoing Hamas-Israel situation. Interestingly, gas prices in the U.S. have actually gotten cheaper recently. Another piece of news making waves is the cooling off of inflation. The core PCE price index, which is a key indicator of inflation, is at its lowest annual rate since April 2021. This is a positive development and brings us closer to the Federal Reserve's target of 2% inflation. The headline index, which includes all goods and services, is up 3% annually, but that's the lowest it has been since March 2021. In the housing market, mortgage rates continue to drop for the 5th consecutive week. The 30-year fixed-rate mortgage now stands at an average of 22% down from 29% last week. This is a notable decline compared to a year ago when the average rate was 49%. It's possible that these recent decreases signal that mortgage rates have peaked for this cycle. However, despite the favorable mortgage rates, pending home sales in the U.S. fell to their lowest level in 20 years last month. Moving on to global news, there are some notable developments. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, is urging reform amidst growing competition. British banks are announcing job cuts before Christmas. The U.S. has fined PwC $7 million for allowing cheating in audit exams in China. And Dr. Martens shares have slid by 27% as the British bootmaker warns on profits. Let's talk about the Cybertruck from Tesla. So, after a long wait of 4 years, Tesla CEO Elon Musk finally unveiled the Cybertruck. However, it seems that the truck isn't going to provide the boost to Tesla that analysts were hoping for. What's interesting is that the Cybertruck is now more expensive than ever. Its starting price is $60,990 before federal tax credits, which is over $20,000 more than the base model that was initially discussed back in 2019. Tesla had originally promised that the Cybertruck would be priced under $40,000, but due to the pandemic and high inflation, they had to step away from that commitment. The downside is that the vehicle won't be available until 2025. By that time, it might no longer be as unique as it once was. Although it still looks great, there are already more powerful trucks on the market, and we may have even more competition by the time the Cybertruck hits the streets. Tesla has received over 1 million reservations for the Cybertruck, but not all of them are expected to translate into actual sales, according to experts. Here's the lowdown on what's happening in the world of cryptocurrencies. First up, we've got IOTA making some waves. They recently registered an ecosystem foundation in Abu Dhabi. And get this, they claim to be the first foundation registered under the Emirates regulatory framework for blockchain foundations. That's a big deal. No wonder they saw a whopping 43% jump. On to some news about Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange. It seems they're facing some hurdles. After the whole U.S. situation, now the Philippines SEC is reportedly looking to block access to Binance. That's a red light for them. But hey, it's not all bad news. BlackRock, a major player in the financial world, is in the spotlight. Their potential approval of a spot Ether product could bring a surge of institutional capital into the second largest crypto network, Ethereum. And experts are projecting big things if this happens, with some even saying Bitcoin could hit $28,000. Exciting stuff. Last but not least, we've got Cristiano Ronaldo caught up in some crypto drama. He's facing a whopping $1 billion class action lawsuit. Why? Well, it seems he endorsed some NFTs, non-fungible tokens related to Binance that turned out to be worthless. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. P2. P-payment apps like PayPal and Venmo and e-commerce platforms such as Etsy and eBay have taken the US by storm, with countless people using them for various financial activities. But what about the tax implications? Surprisingly, not many users are aware of them. In the past, transactions made through these platforms didn't require reporting for tax purposes. However, the rules are changing due to lower income thresholds. Starting this fiscal year, these companies must follow a revised, reduced threshold for providing tax forms to individuals conducting business transactions on their platforms. The threshold for the tax year, 2023, has been set at a mere $600, regardless of whether it's a single transfer or multiple transactions. This is a significant decrease from the previous requirement of over 200 transactions, totaling more than $20,000. As a result, more taxpayers are likely to receive Form 1099-K, which reports third-party business payments to the IRS. Originally, this change was slated for the 2022 tax year, but has been postponed by the IRS. However, there is ongoing discussion among legislators advocating for an increase in the reporting threshold, so further adjustments may be on the horizon. To make things easier for yourself, it's important to understand how the 1099-K reporting modification affects your specific situation. Remember that personal peer-to-peer payments among friends and family members remain non-taxable. Keeping a record of all your transactions is also crucial. Although platforms like PayPal provide transaction lists, it's highly recommended to establish a user-friendly system for your personal use. Creating an Excel file that documents your income received and potential business expenses, backed up with receipts, can help reduce your tax obligations. Lastly, it's worth talking to your kids, as well as other family members, about payments they receive for online work or rewards from apps and games. These earnings may be taxable, so it's necessary to stay informed. By staying on top of these tax issues, you can navigate the world of P2P payment apps and e-commerce platforms with confidence. Let's talk about personal finance and share a great quote from Warren Buffett. He once said, "Our favorite holding period is forever." Isn't that an interesting perspective? What he means here is that instead of constantly buying and selling investments, it's often better to take a long-term approach. By holding on to investments for the long haul, you can benefit from compounding returns over time. It means having confidence in the companies or assets you invest in and being patient. It's about avoiding the short-term ups and downs of the market and focusing on the bigger picture.
In this episode, we covered a range of topics, including the Fed meeting and December stocks, oil production cuts, Tesla's Cybertruck delay in pricing, global news on various companies, changes in tax reporting thresholds, and Warren Buffett's investment strategy. Thanks for tuning in to The Morning Download, your go-to podcast for personal finance, economics, and market insights in just 8 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful content and sign up for our free newsletter at morningdownload.com/subscribe.